In the name of Mars, I shall chastise you. Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura One here, back with another Sailor Moon Crystal review. This time, of course, Act 3, Rei-Sailor Mars. And, whoa, was this episode good. The main thing I enjoyed? Rei herself. Well, again, Chibiusa, or Chibi Moon, is my favorite Sailor Soldier. Rei is also one of my favorites, and I loved the way she was adapted in this new version. If you could not tell, Rei was a lot different from the way she was in the 90s anime. She's a lot calmer, she's definitely nicer to Usagi so far. She's portrayed as very beautiful and elegant, which is how she's portrayed in the manga. That's how people usually talk about Rei. And with her psychic Miko abilities, she's actually a little self-conscious about them because people kind of look at her in an odd way, and when the children disappear on the bus, they start looking to her to find them, and then they get angry when she can't help them find them, the missing children, because she doesn't really know, and they just get mad at her when she invites them to please go to the police. My powers aren't as strong as you think. So, I felt bad for Rei there, but of course, Usagi was there to be a sweetheart like she is, and just help Rei realize that she shouldn't worry about it so much. And by the way, the reason that Usagi met Rei in the manga is kept in this episode. For those who don't know, the reason that Usagi met Rei is because Amy told her about seeing this really pretty girl on the bus, and she did when they got on the bus in this episode, and she followed her home because she thought she was pretty. That happens in the manga, and it was kept here. So I thought that was cute. It's just, Rei was so awesome in this episode. I loved how awesome she really was. Just how she was so much different, but in a good way. Like I said, she's so much nicer to Usagi. Just, I loved Rei in this episode. And later on, of course, when Usagi heads home or whatever, I think she was heading home on a bus, and she's talking to Luna, and this happens in the manga, by the way. However, Mamoru is sitting right next to her, and Luna lets her know and alerts her to it. But of course, Usagi starts kind of freaking out, and she starts blushing and trying to hide it behind Luna, and she says again, "My heart's beating fast." And knowing where their relationship's gonna end up, it's like, it's very cute and funny. And by the way, Mamo-chan is no longer a college student. He is a high school student, which is correct to the manga. Why he was made older in the other anime beats me, but I still liked him, of course. It's just, this adaptation is more correct to what Naoko Takeuchi wrote. And I'm sure she's very pleased and very happy to see everything she wrote come onto the screen the right way, finally. Not that the other anime wasn't fantastic, it was, but this adaptation is definitely much closer to what she wanted. So I'm happy for Naoko Takeuchi. When Rei transforms later on in this episode, of course, if you've read the manga or seen the older anime, you know what happens is Rei gets captured by Jadeite. Oh, by the way, we also do get to see Nephrite and Zoisite and hear more of Queen Beryl in this episode too. But anyway, Jadeite captures her and takes her to another dimension because Rei thought Usagi was in trouble. But anyway, And Usagi, of course, follows her. And Mamoru actually does see her use the transformation pen, by the way. So we may have figured out that Usagi is Sailor Moon, but we don't know quite yet. I think he has, though. And Amy actually comes up with the idea that if they both transform, they'll be able to find each other's energy and get together to help save Rei and everything else, and all the kids that have been kidnapped. So that does work, but Jadeite, of course, gets the best of them, and Rei steps in to help, and I love this part. Even before she transforms into a sailor soldier, she is trying her best to hold off Jadeite and help Usagi and Amy out. Granted, Usagi tries to deny that she's Sailor Moon, but Rei's smart enough to tell, yes, she is. And she does her best to help. And she really impressed me. And when she actually does transform, she says, I have powers too. Or something like that. And then, boom, the symbol of Mars appears on her forehead, and she gets the transformation pen. And of course, she transforms with Mars power make up! And the transformation sequence, again, really awesome. Very similar to the 90s version of her transformation, only ramped up with better fire effects and better animation. And of course, she does still make her final pose with her hand on her hip. Really cool. And then her attack was really awesome. She summons the talisman, the piece of paper you see there in her hand in this picture, with fire. I think blue fire, actually. And then she does, I believe I'm pronouncing this right, forgive me if I'm not, then she says, Shoko Taisen, which is evil spirits be exorcised. And Jadeite is incinerated, basically, because huge amounts of fire come from that attack. However, the death is not as epic as the manga, which I do have right here. That is Jadeite's death in the manga. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I remember this because I'm seeing them right here on this page. Phobos and Deimos, they're also with Rei, which is great because they should be. But anyway, just Rei's attack was really awesome, and yeah, Jadeite is gone now. Which, in the original anime, he was there a lot longer, up until the episode with the planes and all that stuff. Just overall, this was a great episode. I highly recommend you go watch it on Crunchyroll or Neon Alley if you have not yet, because it was good. I really enjoyed it. And both, also Usagi and Amy, Moon and Mercury, they did their part as well. Usagi used her Moon Tiara Boomerang to restrain Jadeite while Rei attacked. Amy did her best to hide him with her Mercury Aqua Mist, but of course, it didn't do much because Amy's not the heavy hitter. That would be Sailor Jupiter, but she won't be appearing until the episode after the next one, which will be the Masquerade Dance Party, which I'm looking forward to because it's Usagi and Mamoru's first kiss in that episode. Technically, although Usagi is unconscious when it happens, but I'm looking forward to that. Just this whole episode, it was really great, and I love how Rei is now. I mean, she's definitely much nicer to Usagi and everything, and I do like that. Granted, their spats in the original one were funny, but that's not how she's supposed to be. I think I mentioned this in Sailor Mercury's episode review from 2 weeks ago. In the manga, Rei is a lot different. She is not boy crazy. The date with Mamoru never happened. In the manga, she actually hates men. Or maybe doesn't hate them, but she does not trust them at all. And, in the 90s anime, Rei wanted all kinds of jobs. I think in the manga, Rei mainly just wanted to become a good leader and take good care of her family's shrine. So, yeah, and she was a lot calmer. She argued with Usagi a little, but nowhere near as much as the old anime, so I like how Rei is now. Just great episode overall. And there is also another thing that we need to discuss. On Hulu, there were some clips leaked of our new Sailor Mars and Sailor Mercury for the new Viz Media dub of the 90s anime. And Kate Higgins, she does very well in the clip. It actually is the episode from Jadeite's death, by the way. The clip is from that episode. Kate Higgins as Mercury sounds good. I like our new Rei. I think, is that Christina V as Rei now? I think I'm right, I'm not sure. But again, in that clip, Rei uses her evil spirit be exercise attack. And they do it right. It's not Mars Fireball Charge anymore. That is not what she was saying. That's what it was in the original English dub. Not correct. But now it will be in this new dub, and I'm, again, looking forward to it. So, go to Hulu and check those clips out if you want to. I recommend you do, so you can get an idea of what they're going to sound like. Just everything with Sailor Moon lately has been so great. So, for now, that is my episode review of Act 3 and the new clips. And I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks with another Sailor Moon review.